still work? Excellent. Okay. All right, I think we're ready here. Sorry about the little confusion here, but we got it all straightened out. My name is Ingrid King. I am the publisher and founder of The Conscious Cat, a multiple award-winning website that focuses on conscious living, health, and happiness for cats and their humans. I am also the author of 3 books. Buckley's Story is a memoir about how one little cat changed my life in ways I never could have imagined. Purse of Wisdom is a collection of essays featuring lessons that the cats in my life have taught me over the years. You can see there's a theme with the feline teachers. And Adventures in Veterinary Medicine, what working in veterinary hospitals taught me about life, love, and myself, is a behind-the-scenes look at what really happens in a veterinary hospital. But today I'm not going to talk about my website or my books. I'm going to talk to you about Spirit Essence's Holistic Remedies for Animals. And the title of my talk is Help Your Cats Find Their Mojo. How many of you watch Jackson Galaxy on Animal Planet's My Cat from Hell? Jackson coined the term cat mojo. And what is mojo? A cat who has his mojo on is a confident cat. A cat who carries out his job of hunt, catch, kill, eat, sleep with confidence. That's a happy cat, a cat who feels confident in his territory. And cat mojo is inherited from our cat's wild ancestors. Jackson also calls this the raw cat. When we bring these cats into our domestic environments, we expect an awful lot from them. We expect them to conform to our way of living, and it's vitally important that we still give them a chance to exercise that hunt, catch, kill routine. And the way we do that is through play. Since you all are watching the show, you've probably noticed that just about every single case Jackson works with involves some sort of play therapy. Structured playtime, 10 to 15 minutes, twice a day, at least, to really get the cats tired out, help them burn off energy, and help them get their mojo. A cat who has his mojo on is a proactive cat, not a reactive cat. A reactive cat is the cat who hides under the bed, the cat who never comes out when you have visitors, so your friends don't even believe you when you tell them you have a cat. These are the scaredy cats that every little noise startles them, everything that's unusual scares them. So what we want to do is help our cats be confident, because a confident cat is a happy cat. Each cat has his own unique story, his own unique set of experiences when they come into our lives. This is especially true when we adopt adult cats. And it's up to us to understand cat behavior in general, and then to really try to understand what each individual cat brings to us and help them through any challenges, so that they can be happy in this, in a strange environment, which really our homes are a strange new environment for every cat that we bring into them. I'm going to talk today about how these flower essences can help cats do that, but first I want to give you a brief history of flower essences, and don't worry, it's not going to be boring. Flower essences have been around for centuries. The first references that we found are in the 12th century by a German healer named Hildegard von Bingen. Paracelsus wrote about them in the 15th century. They both wrote extensively about how flowering plants can treat health imbalances. More recently, a British practitioner named Edward Bach developed a line of 38 essences that are known as the Bach flower remedies. The best known of those remedies is Rescue Remedy, which most of you are probably familiar with. And as interest in holistic modalities increases, more and more people are using these essences for animals as well. They're a gentle yet effective tool to address energetic imbalances. And cats seem to be particularly responsive to these types of remedies. I think it's because cats are so sensitive to energy in general that any kind of energy holistic modality just seems to work really well for them. Flower essences are made by extracting the vibrational healing properties of the blossom after leaving them in sunlight in pure water for several hours. And the resulting essence is then diluted out even more and preserved with usually alcohol. Some manufacturers use vinegar instead. It doesn't really matter what the preservative is. It doesn't affect the vibrational quality of the essence. Flower essences are considered energy medicine or vibrational medicine, and what that means is they work on the body's energy field. Other energy therapies are modalities like acupuncture, Reiki, sound healing, light healing, any kind of healing touch type modality. What all these therapies have in common is that they address imbalances of the body's energy system, and ultimately every physical illness, every emotional imbalance, every mental imbalance comes down to an energy system that's kind of out of whack. The flower essences are safe to use. They don't interact with any allopathic or conventional treatments. In that they are unique. This is not the case with herbal remedies, even though herbal remedies are also a wonderful tool. Some herbs can have some pretty significant interactions with conventional drugs, so I always advise people who want to use herbal medicine for their cats to work with a holistically trained veterinarian and to not randomly buy them off the internet and use them. But with these essences, you don't have to worry about safety. They're safe with all other modalities. Spirit essences are unique and different from any other line of flower essences because they were developed by a holistic veterinarian and an animal behaviorist specifically for animals. The company was founded in 1995 by Dr. Gene Hovey, a Colorado veterinarian with decades of experience in holistic modalities, and Jackson Galaxy, who incorporated his experience of decades of working with cats into the formulation of the essences. They use only pure Eldorado natural spring water from a cold artesian spring in the Colorado Rockies. The water is then enhanced with full color spectrum light with Reiki energy, which is something that I do for these essences, and with gem enhanced base water. And what's also really unique about these formulas is that they're continuously reviewed and tweaked as Jackson works with them incorporates his experiences of working with these behavioral cases into the essences. But I know what you all really want to hear is what types of problems can they be helpful for. They can work with any number of physical issues, ranging from urinary tract issues to skin issues to tummy issues. There's actually a remedy called Happy Tummy for that purpose. But they are particularly effective for behavioral problems. They're very effective if you have problems in a multi-cat household, if you have cats that don't get along, if you have cats that fight. The first remedy that is always indicated with those types of situations is a remedy called stress stopper. Because when there's fighting in a multi-cat household, there is stress for everyone involved, even the cats that may not be directly involved in the conflict, but all the cats in the household will experience the disruption in the energy and the peace in the household. So that's a good baseline. There's another remedy called Peacemaker that's almost self-explanatory. Then for the cat that terrorizes all the other cats in the household, we have a bully remedy, which is appropriately named. And we even found that these remedies work so well together that we've packaged it as an ultimate peacemaker set, which has bully remedy, peacemaker, and then a remedy called self-esteem for the undercat, the victim, the cat that always gets picked on. The essences are also very effective for situations where you have a cat who doesn't use the litter box. Now, anytime you have that problem, the first thing you want to do is rule out any medical issues. Veterinary appointment is first order of business. But once you've ruled out medical issues, if it's clearly a behavioral problem, you need to do the behavioral modification, change the litter, add litter boxes, different litter boxes. But there is a remedy called Safe Space for Cats that has been extremely effective in those situations. It helps cats gain a better sense of their territory, and a lot of these inappropriate urination problems are territorial issues. There's either something in the cat's territory that they don't like or something they feel threatened by. And sometimes it's almost impossible to really identify what exactly is it that's making my cat do this. But Safe Space for Cats can actually break the cycle and stop the behavior. So it's extremely effective for that. There's a remedy called Storm Soother that is a wonderful support for cats who are afraid of thunderstorms. Thunderstorm anxiety tends to be more frequently seen in dogs, but cats can show it too. Stress Stopper can work for that, but the Storm Soother is even more effective. There's also, for the cat who's scared and hides and doesn't want to come out, there's a remedy called Scaredy Cat. I have found that extremely effective with one of my own cats when I first adopted, in fact, this one, Allegra. She was about 7 or 8 months old, and she was terrified of every loud noise, whether it was the trash truck going by a couple times a day. It seems like we have several different trash companies in our neighborhood. School bus going by, lawnmower, thunder, forget it. She was like hiding. And I felt so bad for her because there's nothing I could do to stop the trash trucks from coming. There's nothing I could do to stop thunderstorms from coming. So I started using Scaredy Cat for her, and it has made a remarkable difference. It took a couple of months for her to really settle, but it was pretty remarkable that it only took that long because I know cats are still startled at every little sound. So there's just so many different applications of these remedies that I'm just really excited about the results I've had with them, with both my own cats and clients' cats. And the last thing I want to talk about is how are they administered. You can give them orally, mixed in either with food or water, just a couple of drops. I prefer to rub them into the cat's fur. And it doesn't really matter how you administer them. Remember, they're energy therapy. They just need to get into the body's energy field. How that happens is not as important. The reason I don't like to give them in food or water is because cats are known to be super finicky and super sensitive. And even though there's very little alcohol in the formulas, they still have a little bit of a taste to them. And what may happen if you start mixing it in with your food is you might have a cat that goes off her food, and then you wind up with a finicky cat. So why take chances when you can also administer it by just rubbing it on their fur? It really is easy to just put a couple of drops in the palm of your hand, or I also have sprayer attachments. You can spray a couple of squirts into the palm of your hand, rub it down the back. They may lick some of it off because, they get a little bit wet, and some cats don't really like that, and that's fine. But it's just super easy to give it that way. With the sprayer attachments, be careful to not spray it directly on the cat. Some cats are spooked by the sprayer sound, even though it's not very loud, but it sounds a little bit like a cat hissing. So you want to be careful with that. So that's the end of my official talk, but I'll be happy to answer any questions. Does it help a biter? It would probably depend on what the biting is caused by. Play aggression? There is a formula called feline performance. It used to be called feline training. Play aggression, the best way to correct it is with play. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but usually the play aggressive cats just have so much energy built up that they don't know what to do with that energy. So they end up either going after your legs or your hands. So the remedy for that is really play therapy. The structured play sessions, 10 or 15 minutes, really get them tired out, get them panting, and then use the use a remedy as a support, the feline performance, to sort of anchor the behavioral modification you've done with them.
He gets plenty of play. I think
he has plenty of play. He just sounds like it's one of these cats that has a lot of energy. I hear you. I have one of those. Yeah, no amount of play is ever enough. Yeah. I'm sorry?
Selling.
Yes, I have them at my booth, sort of over that way. Yeah. And I don't have all the essences here. I have some of our most popular ones. They're also available online. You can either go to my website at consciouscat.com and there's a link in the sidebar to Spirit Essences, or you can go directly to spiritessences.com. Any other questions? All right, well, thank you for coming.